If you believe betrayal can break a soul and revenge can rewrite destiny, then stay with this story to the last breath of emotion. And before your heart recovers, subscribe to this channel because stories like this are not just heard, they are felt. I trusted love like it was a religion. I trusted him with my future and her with my soul. My boyfriend, my best friend, my entire world wrapped into two people who promised they would never hurt me. And yet, on one glittering night, under city lights, with strangers cheering and cameras flashing, my life ended publicly. We stood in the crowded plaza, music echoing, laughter rising. I thought his nervous hands meant he was about to choose me forever when he dropped to one knee. My knees weakened, my heart soared, and then he looked past me and spoke her name, my best friend, the girl who held my hand through tears, who knew every scar, every fear, every secret. He asked her to marry him in front of me, and the world exploded into applause while my heart shattered silently. She cried, pretending shock, but her eyes confessed everything. They had rehearsed this betrayal long before this night. I stood there, invisible, drowning in noise, humiliation burning my skin, and then I ran. Not away from them, but towards something reckless, something dangerous, something that would save me from disappearing forever. At the edge of the crowd stood a stranger, tall, calm, dressed in black, eyes dark and unreadable like a storm that chose silence over thunder. And without thinking, without asking, I kissed him hard in front of everyone. Gasps, screams, chaos erupted, and in that moment I felt alive. Not loved, but powerful. When I pulled back, he did not push me away. He did not smile. He only said softly, "You have no idea what you just started." And I laughed because my life was already destroyed. I did not know he was Korean mafia, not just a member, but the heir, a name whispered in fear, a man hiding from his own blood-soaked crown. He took my hand and led me away from the cameras, from the laughter, from my old life. His car swallowed us in silence. The city lights blurred like memories I wanted erased. We stopped at a high-rise overlooking the ocean, and he introduced himself as Jin, a name that carried weight even when spoken gently. I told him everything, the betrayal, the shame, the love that died in public, and he listened like my pain mattered, like it deserved respect. That night, nothing happened. No romance, no promises, just quiet understanding. But before I left, he gave me a phone and said, "If the world turns against you, call me." Days later, it did. My ex and my former best friend painted me as the jealous villain. Interviews, posts, lies spreading like poison. Threats began to follow me, shadows outside my home, whispers online. Fear crawled into my bones, and I called Jin. Black cars arrived like fate. Men moved with silent authority, and suddenly the world stepped back from me. Jin stood in front of me, eyes cold, jaw set, and said, "Once you enter my world, there is no going back." And I realized revenge was no longer a thought, it was a path. He did not touch them directly. He dismantled their lives piece by piece. Contracts vanished, reputations destroyed, friends disappeared. My former best friend cried, begging me for help. My ex grew desperate, angry, afraid. And through it all, Jin protected me, taught me strength, showed me loyalty I never knew existed. And somewhere between danger and darkness, I fell in love with him. Not the mafia, not the power, but the man who carried guilt like chains and kindness like a secret. Then his past caught up with us. Rival syndicates hunted him, saw me as weakness, and one night bullets shattered glass, alarms screamed, blood stained the floor. Jin dragged me through hidden tunnels, his hand never leaving mine, telling me to trust him. We hid in a safe house where he told me the truth about his childhood, stolen by violence, about a father murdered before his eyes, about becoming a weapon before becoming a man, about how meeting me made him want redemption. Love bloomed in fear, fragile and fierce, but revenge demanded its final price. The enemy kidnapped my ex and my former best friend, offered a trade, my life for theirs. Irony burned deep. Jin prepared for war, but I stopped him, realizing revenge had already won. Their souls were empty, their lives ruined, but if he fought, he would lose himself, and I would lose him. So I went alone to the warehouse where everything began. Tied to a chair, facing the people who betrayed me, I felt no anger, only release. They begged, they cried, and then the lights went out. Jin arrived like destiny, ruthless, unstoppable, ending the enemy and saving everyone, but falling into my arms, bleeding, life slipping away. I confessed my love through tears, through terror, through hope, and he survived, barely, waking days later to a quiet city, because Jin dismantled his empire, turned power into protection, vanished with me into a life rebuilt from ashes. My ex and my former best friend faded into obscurity, living with regret, and I learned that betrayal did not end me. It led me to a miracle wrapped in danger and love. And if this story made your heart race, if it made you believe pain can become purpose, then subscribe to this channel because some stories do not entertain, they transform.